Dan Dawson at Alexandra Palace for the World Darts Championship and the Sportsman in association with William Hill. Now, who are you going to back to win this title? I've gone for perhaps the boring answer, Michael van Gerwen, but what isn't boring is the fact that MVG at 11-8 is longer odds than he's been in 3 years. Sometimes he's come to the World Championship odds-on favourite before the tournament began. That's not happened this year because people think he's vulnerable. They're talking about Gary Anderson potentially being the best player in the world. They're looking at all these other winners of big titles, Gerwyn Price, Daryl Gurney, the defending champion Rob Cross, of course, and they think Van Gerwen can be beaten, but he has won 19 titles this year. In PDC history, only 3 players have ever won double digits of titles in a calendar year, going to 10 or more. Michael van Gerwen has nearly doubled that total. He is not finished. He is not even that vulnerable. He is playing fantastically, and I think he's got a point to prove, and I think he's going to prove it over the next few weeks. Who's going to go and make the final? Who's going to be the runner-up at the William Hill World Championship? My money would be on Michael Smith. I think you've got to look at the bottom half of the draw. Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson are the 2 names that dominate that top half. And there are other names besides, but they're the 2 big ones that people think one of them is going to go and make the final. I'd be looking for the value in the other half of the draw. You've got the likes of Gurney, you've got the likes of Gerwyn Price, and you have got Michael Smith. Premier League finalist, winner of the Shanghai Darts Masters. He's 5-2 to win his quarter. 14-1 if you think he can go all the way and claim the world title. He came very, very close to winning his first big TV title just a couple of months ago at the World Series finals. I think he's ready to do it. Maybe you're looking for a long shot, an outsider who could go and cause a massive surprise at Ali Pali this year. Well, I'd be looking in the bottom half of the draw again, away from Van Gerwen, away from Gary Anderson. There are a whole load of capable players. Joe Cullen is one of them. He's a guy I've been saying for months and months and months. It's his time to do something in a big TV tournament. It looked like it was going to be the World Match Play. He missed match darts against the eventual champion Gary Anderson. You can get 80-1 on the Rockstar going on and winning the World Championship. You get even bigger odds, 100-1 for Ian White, the Diamond, who is one of the best players in the world in any tournament when they don't have a TV camera at it. He won his first big stage title this year on the European Tour, and it might just be a prelude to him doing something special in the biggest tournament of them all. Who's going to produce perfection here? The 9-darter, the holy grail in darts. It's been a couple of years since we've seen it on the Ali Pali stage, but we have seen them, and we have seen a few of them. So I'm in a world final, of course. Adrian Lewis produced one. Now, you could pick anybody out of this field to produce the perfect leg. A lot of them have done so in competitive action. The guy I'd be having a look at is perhaps Stephen Bunting, a former world champion, the Bullet. He's a guy who has hit a 9-darter in PDC darts prior to this, and he believes he is playing the darts of his life. Maybe you fancy the Bullet to go all the way and claim another world title, his first in the PDC. If he's going to do that, he'll be defying odds of 125-1. A whole load of new faces making their debuts at this year's William Hill World Championship. And if you're going to pick out ones to watch, the one I really like is Gabriel Clemens. It's his first year in PDC darts and he's qualified for this. That's a start. But the Germans are coming. They are coming for this game. Max Hopp is winning things. Martin Schindler is a very capable player. But this man, Gabriel Clemens, a locksmith from Germany. Big 180 hitter. And I quite fancy him to go and win a couple of games at least at this year's tournament. He could surprise a few people. And there's about a quarter of the fans here who come over from Germany to watch the action. He will get good support. It could make the difference. And if you do think he could go on and win it, that would be a shock. 750-1. Last one. Who at the Golden Oldies is going to turn it on at Ali Pali this year? You could make a case for a whole load of them. I've got a soft spot for Steve Beaton, but the one I would pick is the wizard, Simon Whitlock, a 2-time world finalist, once in the BDO and once here at Ali Pali, a former European champion and a European Championship finalist this year, as well as a couple of finals on the Euro Tour. He was on the slide 3 or 4 years ago, but by sheer force of will and determination, the Australian has turned things around. I think he can do something special and go and make at least the quarter-finals this year at Ali Pali. It's going to be exciting seeing if the wizard can turn it on. That concludes my betting roundup. If you want to be involved and check out all the backstage action, follow the Sportsman on Twitter, and if you want to have a bet, check the links below.